Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Welcome to Vitalis Talks Money. In today's edition, we are trying to unravel and reveal the truth about forex trading in Africa, particularly. Why in Africa? Because I believe that if we do not share these kind of messages, many young Africans are going to tarnish their dreams, and therefore, I believe it is important that I share these kind of messages, revealing the truth about forex. Now, forex trading is not like how you see it on social media. You scroll through your Instagram, and if you are like me, you probably follow a bunch of forex traders. You see all these Lamborghinis, these flashy cars, luxurious houses, stacks of cash. Now, all of this is just a marketing scheme. All of this is just a marketing hype to try and sell you a dream. Try and sell you a dream. That's all what it is. And trust me, if you take a look at some of these accounts, these Instagram accounts, you will see that they are all trying to sell you something. Buy this is possible through this broker, this recommended broker, and all of these kind of things. And therefore, just join this course and this. All of those accounts, almost all of them, they are trying to sell you things. Now, if you also take a look at my accounts, I'm also trying to sell things. I have products and services that are available on some of my accounts. But trust me, I believe there is a big difference between trying to sell a dream and trying to sell a genuine product. Therefore, in this video, I want to reveal the truth about forex trading, and I'll be sharing the truth from my own experiences that I have learned along the way. And therefore, definitely, I believe that the most important lessons will be from my own failures. And therefore, guys, I believe that if you stick with me to the end, I'll be able to reveal these truths to you. I've outlined around 7 truths that you will have to look into, particularly African people, because I have seen a rise in even Google Trends and Google Analytics. If you look at it, they will tell you that there is a rise, especially particularly in the Southern African region, South Africa, Namibia, up there. There is a growth or trend in financial assets and trading forex stocks and investing in Bitcoin, all of that. Therefore, it's particularly a message that is appealing to them because I've seen that we have young people who are throwing away their dreams. You trust me, there is literally at this point in time one kid in high school or one kid in college or university somewhere, they're saying that I'm going to leave school after just making several bucks from forex and saying, okay, I'm going to leave school. Believe forex is the future. That's the terminology they use. But in the very end of the video, if you stick with me, I'll be sharing with you guys the truth or the ability to be able, I'll be sharing with you an idea on how to identify that this person knows what he's talking about when it comes to forex, when it comes to any cryptocurrency or any financial asset. I'll be able to reveal truths to you and techniques you can use to identify. Trust me, this is big time because no, when I've managed to be able to finally understand this truth, it was so interesting to have conversations with these people. So you will go and talk to these random guys. They talk about forex, and then you will hear their conversations, and you will really know that this guy doesn't really know what he's talking about. Therefore, stick with me to the end of this video, and I will be unraveling this truth. I'll give you advice for you to start and go on. I've been in this trading space for about 3 years now, and if I'm talking from an experience, and that's why I want to share this video. And I believe from now on, that's what I will be doing. Although I've been struggling with the camera situation and trying to be comfortable around the camera, but stick with me. So I want to be able to share this kind of truths. I've outlined around 7 truths of them. Number one, what you see on social media, particularly, let me appeal to Africans. And all those, and I think the Indians are also busy, although it's on the continent. They're also busy with scams and all this kind of thing around the world, but particularly Africans. What you see on social media, the good cars, the big houses, and all of this, making it look like it's easy, and they will just tell you the type of laptop and lying around the beach with all those beautiful things you see there. All of that is just a marketing scheme. It's something that is they are trying to lure you into buying their products and services that will apparently bring you that soft life, the laptop and sitting around the beach with laptops and phones and just in your office, restaurants and parties and all of this. That's all that you see on social media. There is a marketing scheme to try and sell you the dreams, which is the products they're having there. So they actually get the money from the courses they offer, the indicators and all of this offer. But trust me, number one, there is a lot of scam around this industry. There is a lot of scam. There is no magic indicator. There is no magical course. There is no magical robot that will make you successful in this industry, that will make you rich. Trust me on that one. And if you stick along with this channel, we'll be able to see and unravel the truth exactly what it means. Number two, this industry has a lot of high failure rate. The high failure rate in this industry is so high. About 95% of people who come into forex, all of them fail. About 95% of people who come to forex, all of them lose their money in the first several days and all of these things. And because exactly of the hype, they come in with a different mentality and all these kind of things. But trust me, succeeding in forex requires a different mental environmental belief from succeeding other industries. And therefore, let me tell you something about these 95% of the people that fail in Forex. They are particularly intelligent people, professionals who have succeeded in other industries, teachers, doctors, or many other lawyers, intelligent people. So particularly intelligence is not really a contributing factor to success when it comes to this industry. But these people are particularly smart and intelligent. So it's not like they are unable to, but they require a different type of mental belief system. And that's why only 5% of the people succeed. Now that's number two. There's a high failure rate in this industry. There is a lot of scams and hypes and marketing schemes happening in this industry. But before I go into number three, I want to share with you, particularly, let me go back and share with you what Forex is. Initially, Forex, it's a marketplace where you have buyers and sellers. So when you take a buy trade, someone has to take a sell trade. So when you take a trade, actually, you are buying one currency and selling the other currency, right? That's what happens. Therefore, when you make money, the money, someone else has to lose money. When you lose money, someone else has to make the money. And that's initially what happens. And therefore, now you have to ask yourself this question. This question you have to ask yourself. Then, who is always on the other side of the trade I'm taking? Who's always on the other side of the trade action? So this is actually a daunting question now, and what you don't see it being mentioned often by these gurus and all of these things. But trust me, you are going up against big banks. You are going up against institutions, professionals, PhDs, the most intelligent people on earth. You are going up against these people. And you ask me, how do I know this? Well, how do I know this? Because they supply most of the trading volume in the financial foreign exchange market. They supply most of the trading volume. Therefore, you are going up against these people. I'm a cybersecurity major, and trust me, if you scroll around the vacancies offered by Wall Street and all these other financial institutions around there, they are hiring the most intelligent people around this industry. Literal geniuses. You are going up against such people, and therefore you will see that the type of salaries they offer to these programmers that will do definitely quantitative trading. Sorry for the word. And these guys get up annually of around 500,000 USD. Converted to African currencies, you will see these guys are getting annually per annum big cash. So these guys are trading. They are the ones we are going up against. And therefore, you are telling me a John Pitt and whoever from South Africa or whoever from where has a magical robot, magical indicator. He has actually apparently found the magic source to kill the markets. Trust me, no one has actually been able to defeat the markets. And therefore, you see, actually, what they're not even telling you is that to be able to make consistent profit, you need to be able to continuously be beating these big banks, these institutions, these professionals, these PhDs. You used to be beating that. And that's what they don't tell you. And therefore they tell you about a plug and play robot indicator, magical course, these ridiculous expensive courses, all of these. Don't go for that. But in this video, we'll be able to share this kind of truths with you. So I have revealed to you so far the two realities of it, that there's a lot of scam and hype within this industry, and therefore don't trust anything that you see, the lavish class and all these things you see on social media. A lot of hype, that's not the realities of it. There's a high failure rate. 95% of people who come in actually fail, and only 5% manage to do it correctly, and those are the professional traders who have went up there. Now I'm sharing the third point. The third point is that actually the professional traders, the ones who are consistent with a constant equity rising curve, there is constant equity rising curve. They do get some losses, but actually not detrimental losses. These guys, they don't rely. They have multiple sources of income. Forex is not only the source of income; they actually have multiple sources of income. And trust me, this is why. Because Forex is actually, it's unreliable. You don't know what will happen next, and you might have a losing streak this whole weeks or these days or the following week, or for 2 months you might be having a losing streak. These professional traders know these facts. They have multiple sources of income, so they don't just rely on Forex. And therefore you will hear these people, so don't quit your job and don't quit your school. That's what I'm basically saying. Try and adapt multiple sources of income. They don't just rely on Forex. They also give courses, and they may do many other stuff, but you should be quite careful with those courses, and that's what we will look into further as well on this channel and some of the videos we'll be making. Now the fourth, one of the realities again that we have to look into is that if you are trading Forex correctly, actually it's quite a boring process. There's no things like anxieties skyrocketing up high. If you are doing it the right way, if you are trading Forex like a business which is supposed to be that way, there's no anxiety type of trading. You actually calm and you are just waiting for the market to tell you when to enter and when to exit. exactly. You have a trading plan. Therefore, it's quite a pretty boring task. You will be sitting most of 90% of the time of your time. You'll be sitting at the desk if you are following those type of strategies. You'll be waiting for the market to reveal to you what to do next, when to enter, when to exit, and all of that. So you don't command the market to tell you what to do. So that's one of the things. Again, it's actually pretty boring. It's there's no adrenaline pumping really much if you are doing it the right way. Of course, if you are doing it the right way, and you will see in this channel we'll be talking about it, doing it the right way consistently. Another reality that you will most of the times not see, and what is most of the time not shown on social media, is that there is often always, if you are doing it the right way, uh, or whichever way it is, actually, there is always a losing streak, and actually losing streaks are more than winning streaks. And therefore, the idea is to actually, there is no strategy that will give you 100% accuracy, but there are those who will go to 60, will go to 50 to 40. Those who are telling you about 90, 100, they are scamming you. But you will see that this is the kind of percentage win rate you have. So you will win several times, but you will also lose most of the times, and therefore, actually, you win most of the times, but the wins are actually more than the losses. I tega. I'll cut this one out. Okay, so the winning streaks are actually less than the losing streaks. I'll also cut this one out. How do I start? The losing streaks are actually more than the winning streaks. The lose to winning ratio. Oh, well, right. Losing streaks are actually more than winning streaks. That's what you do not see on social media, what is shown most of the times, and therefore you'll be most of the times losing more than you'll be winning. So the idea is actually to lose and minimize, to lose less money, but when you're winning big money. That's how you end up on the upside of it. So the winning streak will always be less than the losing streak, and therefore the losers will always be more than the winners. But if you win big, and then you lose small, that's actually the upside. That's how you get the profits. Now, another thing that they are not telling you, actually, what you do not see on the social media hypes and all these kind of things, is that it's actually a psychological and emotional internal warfare within the trader. It is a psychological and emotional internal warfare within the trader. So trust me, every trader, whether beginner and those who are intermediate, who have not yet identified and been who came across the realities of it, actually, who have not made peace with it, they are going through internal and emotional warfare within themselves. The most difficult thing actually in trading is the mental upstairs there. So 80% of trading is psychology, and 20% is mechanics. So most of the things will happen up in your mind, your decisions, all this, and all these things have so much emotional impact on how you feel the days, and it's painful, and therefore you will see that those are the realities that you are not often told, being shown on these social media posts most of the times. And therefore you will see that as you come into it, you should be prepared for that. But over time, once with the right teachers to teach you the right approach to actually trade without fear, trade without any emotional pain and all this, there is actually an approach to do that, to trade without fear and to trade without emotional pain, and I will be teaching that on my channel. Therefore, it's an emotional and internal psychological warfare within yourself. That's another reality. And then the other reality is that they do not show you on the social media posts and wherever else, and whoever your friend is or whatever they are saying. Actually, it is painful hard work. Trust me, it's painful hard work. When I first came into here, I stay up the whole night reading books, read here, watch this video, listen to these guys and these guys, and therefore as a beginner you'll hear all these guys talking about the money they made and all this, and almost they are all talking nonsense. So it's painful hard work to be able to actually come out to the right guys. Trust me, it's actually interesting that in your forex journey, the guys who are hyping and talking nonsense and lying, they are actually always the first ones in your journey. It's quite interesting. They're always the first ones in your journey. The scammers and all of this, they're always the first one in your journeys. The realities is that the real ones who will teach you the real skills to become consistently profitable are the ones you'll find at the end there. After you have realized and you see the truth first, because you always want to get scammed. I don't know what's wrong with us human beings. We always want to get scammed probably until we come to the right side and realize, or come to the realization of the truth. So in your forex journey, you will see that there will be a lot of fake things and all that, but to actually come out of it and become consistently profitable, it's painful hard work. Reading this book here, I was probably reading a whole PDF of 100 pages, 200 pages in a day. That's the type of effort I had to put in. I had to compromise my schoolwork and time, and therefore it's painful hard work. And therefore, if you only go through the right routes, actually, I wish if I had someone to teach me these things earlier on, like what I'm going to share here, I would have actually spared my time in. I would have concentrated much more better on my schoolwork. And you'll see there are people who are saying school here, what. They are busy with nonsense, but I'll elaborate more further on it. So it's painful hard work. It's not easy at all. They are telling you the plug and play, just put in here, you click, you buy and sell, you go sleep. Nah, there's nothing like that. It's painful hard work. The emotional tone is high, and what you see on social media and all of those fake hypes, they're trying to make it look like it's easy through their products that they are selling or their services. They are trying to make it look like it's easy. Buy this course here and then. Later in this channel, you'll see why courses, signals, and all of these are things are actually nonsense. But yeah, those are one of the things there. So I'll move. So number one, we need to understand that most of these realities or the social realities of forex trading includes the fact that there are a lot of scams in the industry, particularly around Africa and India, Nigeria, and all of these regions. So there is a lot of high scamming activities, and that the failure rate is high. Like 95% of people who come into this industry will never actually make it, and there's 5% of people who tend to make it. And those most are the people who are fighting against the big banks, the professionals, and those who have actually trade consistently with constantly rising equity curve. We also see that the professional traders, those who make a living from it, actually they have multiple sources of income. They do not just focus on forex trading as the only source of income, because they understand that forex is unpredictable and you can have losing streaks in a day or the whole week or several or the whole month. You can actually have losing streaks. Therefore, they tend to rely on other sources of income. Another thing that we learned is that trading forex the right way, actually, if you're trading like a business, if you're trading forex like a business, actually it's quite boring and laborious. You tend to sit around the table, and it's not anxieties skyrocketing up and down, adrenaline pumping. It's like more calm because you're just waiting for the market to tell you what to do and not gambling up and down. Those are most of the realities we learn. We also learn the realities that what is not mostly shown on social media is that the fact that you actually have more losing streaks than winning streaks. You lose more often than you win, and therefore the idea is to actually reduce and make sure that the volume of losses in terms of money is actually less than the volumes of wins in terms of money. Again, you make more profits than you lose, and that's ultimately ends up on the upside, and therefore that's one of the risks we learn. And the other reality we come across is that actually it's a psychological and emotional warfare within the trader, and it's for trading is 80% psychology and 20% mechanic, and therefore we can go further into this is how it works and how to actually start trading without fear and start trading without emotional pain. There's a whole concept to that, but the whole idea is that trading is actually 80% it will be psychology, and 20% will be your mechanics, your analysis, and all that to analyze and to find an edge and to determine when to buy, when to sell. All of that is just contributing 20%. The real chunk of the work is in the psychology that has to come with repeated work and all that, but there is actually an approach to do that better. And then we also learn that actually the realities of it is that it's not easy as what social media makes it look like. What people are saying by this course, if you only attend this is the only thing you will need, and all this robot will help you, this indicator will make sure that you will never attend any other course, and this mentor will teach you this and this. Like, it's painful hard work for yourself, and therefore I will actually put up some graphics and demonstrate actually how the time factor plays in for you to actually become consistently profitable. The ideas of just take this course and just take this and you are good to go is actually not what will make you consistently profitable. When we say consistently profitable, we are saying this trader has a constantly rising equity curve, meaning his equity is always going up. He has some drawdowns, but the drawdowns are not drastic like what happens blowing accounts. That doesn't happen. So the drawdowns are small, maybe a 3%, 4% drawdowns for the month of which that's what we talk about, constantly rising equity curve. There are drawdowns that are due to the mistakes or due to the errors of the trading system he or she is using. So there is constantly hard work in it, and therefore you will see that the time factor plays a big role in determining you becoming consistently profitable. And therefore, these are some of the things we will look into. Now, because almost everything I've said now has almost been negative. So what is the upside in this? How do we actually look at it positively, and how do you become consistently profitable? It's a very long story, but this can be the short advices I can give now prior to many things that I will be teaching on the channel. You have to focus actually on the long term. That's one of the important key areas you have to look into, and you have to focus on compounding the account size. Instead of spending the results, you actually let the compound effect come up and take its toll on the account. Like we say, Albert Einstein says, says that uh, one of the eighth wonders of the world is compound interest. Let your bank or your trading account compound up. You have to add and constantly keep funding it instead of just withdrawing. Compound and let the account trade. Work on sustainable gains. As I'm trying to say, work on sustainable gains on the account. So, and again, learn the skills, very important. Do not quit your job or school. Learn the skills over time. Time factor and skill acquisition plays a big role. There's no magic shortcut, magic indicator, magic tools, magic course. Learn the skills. Do not quit your job or your school. You can actually go to school and do your job, and if you love what you are doing, you can actually work in congruence with trading forex. Do not try and cut short corners there. And then one of the advice again that I will give you is that actually try and find other sources of income. That is quite important. Professional traders, they focus on multiple sources of income, not just on one source of income. They don't just rely on forex as the only source of income. Find other sources of income, work on sustainable gains, work on the skill, do not quit your job, and all that. These are many of the advices that I'll be giving throughout this channel. Please guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is my first video. If you like it, will make sure that YouTube recommends it to other viewers, and therefore will be able to share this message. My content will be mainly focused on trying to give people a better advice from a practical standpoint or from a personal experience standpoint, and not be sold to the lies and the dreams that are being shown on social media. uh, I put in a lot of effort to try and produce such content. Please subscribe, support, join the community as we are trying to grow and help us guys. Please, please. Thank you.